Hello and welcome everybody into the Retro Sentai Wrap-Up, the show here on the Illuminerdi where we discuss some of the older seasons of Super Sentai. We started with Kyōryū Sentai Jetman, and now we are on Kyōryū Sentai Zyuranger. I am one of your hosts, Bryce West, a writer and editor for the Illuminerdi.com, and this is our other host.
Hey everybody, it's Ian. I'm back here with more episodes of, I almost said Jetman, of
I wish.
Zyuranger, but no, I mean, these 5 episodes were actually pretty decent as compared to some of the...
the story episodes were.
Yeah, story episodes were good, and then we had a couple of fillers. I think the first 2 are fillers, and then we had a 3-parter.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so, I guess the folks at home haven't seen you yet today, Ian. So how are you doing?
Haven't seen me today? Oh.
Yeah, they've seen me. I was just.
Oh yeah. You were just on. You're on DragonRanger. Yeah. I mean, I'm doing all right. I mean, just sitting around, just watch these episodes beforehand, just so I had a fresh memory. But no, just chilling out, having a good time, and ready to get on with these episodes.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty flippin' epic to me. Welcome to the show, everybody. We've got an action-packed show, as you can tell by the title. This is whenever everything starts to go down. We're starting to get closer to our end game. Thank the Lord.
Thank goodness.
I think I'm gonna die, Ranger, if we don't get through Zyuranger any quicker. Anyway, what? What's wrong?
That pun.
Well, was it something I said?
Said you mentioned Die Ranger.
Yeah, that's the next season coming up.
Yeah, you said that you were gonna Die Ranger if you were gonna get.
So starting off with episode 38, Maze 7 Metamorphosis. This is an interesting one. So this basically, all right. So I have a confession to make. So in this episode, we see this mysterious figure kind of, I don't know what exactly she's doing. She has this weird monster, and then it makes them angry? The kid's angry?
So what it does is, in her codes, she has this little tiny monster, and what it does is it sticks to the children's necks, and it zaps them away, and it gives them, like, this emblem or whatever on their chest, and then they're like, oh, I'm in pain, or something like that.
But then it kind of makes it... it's confusing, though, because at first it just makes them in pain, and then it just makes them kind of mean, and then it completely brainwashes them. So I'm not really clear on what exactly this thing is doing to the kids, but all right. So I have a confession to make. So throughout this whole time, I am going like, this woman looks familiar. I can't think of where I've seen this actress before. Maybe I thought maybe it was like somebody from Jetman that I forgot about or whatever. And like just some random civilian. And then it's Lami, and then I'm like, oh, I'm a dumbass. Like,
I thought about it for a bit, and then I was like, okay, wait, no, that has to be Lami, because
it's just like, I mean, it's the same exact person. Like, I have no idea.
Right.
I mean, I guess, I haven't seen her as a normal, not Scorpion person, I guess.
Right.
So I guess that's my defense. But throughout the whole, first part of the episode, I'm like, who is this person? Like, I can't, I recognize this person. And then it's her. I'm just like, oh my god. But, so... basically, this is a May-focused episode, and the Rangers get trapped in, what is it, like a pill or like a cocoon or something.
Yeah, all the except for May get trapped in this.
And so
it literally looked like a candy to me.
Yeah, and so May's morpher or Dino Buckler gets destroyed.
It's unusable because
it's broken.
Yeah, because the monster shot stuff at it, and it
Yeah.
was like melting it a bit. I don't know, but it was
Yeah.
like it was
So
it
we'll
was
get back to that. We'll get back to that. But
yeah.
but so May kind of is going because the Rangers are gone. So May is kind of going around trying to find Lami, um, and she uses these different disguises and stuff, which most
Yeah.
of them are literally just her, but she's
Right.
wearing a different outfit.
Right.
I think the only one that didn't look anything like her was the clown one. But otherwise, it's literally just May.
Right.
And Lami
Yeah.
has no idea. And so, yeah, anyway. And so, I guess she is doing all these different disguises to get to her, and then finally, uh, they get to a point to where they just start fighting. Like they caught her, and then May is kind of like she's like trapped, and she's gonna get like taken down or whatever. And then all of a sudden the Rangers show up after from the cocoon. So it's just like. Okay, like you know, they were trapped in there. Like they were like, we can't get out, and then it's like, okay, we'll try one more time until our juices run out, and then it doesn't really show them getting out.
No, it like shows it cracking a bit, and then it cuts away. Like,
yeah, but then I almost said Ryu, Geki. I wish Geki kind of frees May, and then all of a sudden she's able to transform again. So what was making her not able to transform before?
It was the thread, I'm pretty sure, that the monster had.
So what? The thread just didn't come off at any point in time while she was throwing on different outfits and
I don't know.
Like it doesn't make any sense. Like because he just cuts her free and then all of a sudden she's able to transform again.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing like it sealed the thread sealed the power of her dino buckler, and I'm guessing
but couldn't she have just cut it off herself?
I don't know. It's Zyuranger. Like
it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And so eventually, the monster that she was raising, because I guess whenever she puts those emblems on the kids, it raises the monster up, and so Dora Silkus is now fully grown. They fight, and then they get in Daizujin, and then Dragon Caesar shows up. And then Zute Daizujin is eventually defeats Silkus, saving the children, and then they're at the beginning of the episode. There was these surprise kids, and they're kind of, I don't know if they're supposed to be just really good friends or crushes or
I think they're the crush. I think
because at the beginning of the episode, the boy gives the girl a stuffed animal, right? And then at the end of the episode, it's real creepy. The Zyurangers kind of show up with these like stuffed animals like behind the fence. She's like sobbing, and then they just show up out of nowhere, like creeping up with the stuffed animals. I'm like, okay, guys, that's kind of weird. And then
I actually liked it. I thought it was.
I thought that was nice. Real creepy. And then they kind of show up with all these stuffed animals, and then I guess it came from the boy, or the boy took credit for it.
Yeah.
And then that was the end of the episode. So, overall, it's Zyuranger, so it was okay. Right. I mean, not really anything too crazy.
There was the one thing I really liked, and I don't know if you liked it or not, but like the constant costume changes. Like there were some that was just like really not for it, but like the nun I really liked for May.
I didn't really care. I mean I thought some of them were funny, but it was just like, it was a gimmick.
Yeah.
It was just a thing that they had for the episode.
True.
Like it didn't really do anything for me.
Right. I just kind of enjoyed it because I was just like, oh, it's kind of the plot. May is trying to kind of keep her identity somewhat, but I mean it was fun and I liked it. So
yeah. Okay, so you want to take us into the next episode?
Yeah, episode 39, Subterranean Beast Tears. I'm trying to think of because this reminded me from an episode of Jetman. This episode did. I don't know if it was the bear one, the trash bear from Jetman, or if it was the hairdress, the comb one. Because both of them were just like,
right.
kind of had that same style. So it opens up with.
I think it's closer to the hairdresser one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about that as well. But it goes off with this monster chasing these hunters and actually breaks a rifle and then slashes the 3 hunters and goes away. And then the Zyurangers magically show up, just like, hey, what happened? And the hunters are like, there was something that came over and all that. So the Zyurangers run around and then they get attacked with boulders by this monster named Goda. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he sends more rocks, and then he just leaves. And then Bandora's like, "Oh wow, it's the monster's here." And so then he sends Gryffindor, Toadbat, and Bookback to persuade Goda to to join their side. And all of a sudden this kid shows up. And it's just like, wow, Zyuranger kid, no way. And he's like, I got crushed by these rocks and then Goda helped me. And all the Zyurangers are like, really? Are you sure? And so, and then the 3 villains, Gryffindor, Toadbat, and Bookback, spot 2 eggs laying in the grass. And Bookback instantly sees it and he's like, ooh, eggs, yummy, and then eats one and gives the other one to Bookback, and he eats one. And then Goda appears, and then he sees the broken shells and starts crying. Like, you could actually see a tear. Yeah, you could actually see tears from Goda, which is
from the
really
rubber
weird.
suit monster.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, that's weird. And then Gryffindor was like, the Zyurangers did it, go get them. And Goda's like, okay. And then it starts attacking the Zyurangers. And so they get into the fight. And the kid actually found one of the last eggs from Goda. And so, he was trying to show it to him and all that. And yeah, it didn't work. I'm pretty sure that Goda then grows big, and then the Zyurangers.
And then Burai shows up.
Yeah, Burai shows up, and tells the kid to hide, and then the Zyurangers defeat Goda.
Yeah, because Burai's yelling at Geki. He's like, "Hey, you gotta take this guy out. He's already pledged his allegiance to Bandora. He's gone." He sold his soul to Bandora. You gotta take him out of here, or else he's gonna destroy the whole.
Geki's remember, we have one of your eggs, stand down and all that.
Yeah, because Geki felt bad because all Goda wanted to do was protect the egg or whatever.
Right, and so they defeat him with Kyōryū, and then they have this small grave for Goda. And the kid has the last egg, and Geki's like, protect the egg. Not thinking, oh man, we should probably take this and, make sure that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, the other dinosaur eggs. No.
Well, I mean, this isn't a I know what you're saying, but yeah. I mean, this isn't, it looks like the dino eggs, but to be clear, it's not.
It looks exactly
which
like
is which is why freaking Toadbat and Bookback ate them.
Yeah.
Because they thought it was the dino eggs, but yeah, just to be clear, so people don't get confused. But that's pretty much it. What'd you think?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
it was just kind of.
It was a Zyuranger filler. I mean, it had the plot. I mean, the story was okay if we didn't have eggs
Yeah.
beforehand in this series. Like, if it was like, oh man, this is the first time we've seen like eggs,
Mm-hmm.
because in 3 episodes we've had dino eggs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if it was something else, then maybe, but
Yeah.
no, just no, not for me.
So, moving on now to episode 40, Burai's Departure of Death. Learning a warning from Clotho regarding Burai's remaining time left, the Zyuranger desperately search for a way to save him as Bandora sets a plan in motion to hasten DragonRanger's death. And that's pretty much it. What do you guys think? Because this was a clip show episode.
Oh yeah, this was well.
Yeah.
The first half.
You're right.
Was
You're right. So basically, the episode starts off with Burai having this dream where a coachman or excuse me, a rickshaw is taking Burai basically to the afterlife. But then it was just a dream, or I guess could more describe this as a vision. Right. And we learned that Burai only has 4 hours left, and then Clotho goes to warn the Zyurangers, saying like, "Hey, like, once Burai leaves the room, he can't go back," which is weird because as of right now, that was not the case.
Right.
It becomes the case, but at the time of when Clotho gives the warning to the Zyurangers, that was not the case. Burai could go back into the room.
Right.
So, don't really know what that was all about, but, and so the Zyurangers are kind of desperately looking for a way to bring Burai back to life, or keep Burai alive. And I don't think, do they come up with it in this episode, or is it the next episode? I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
No, I do not think.
And so they're thinking through clips of the show, and then Bandora makes a monster that can shapeshift into other things such as Daijujin and Dragon Caesar. She makes it disguise itself as Dragon Caesar, and so the Zyuranger think that Dragon Caesar has run amok for some reason. And it's basically attacking the city. Burai says enough is enough, comes out, tries to control it, but it turns out, yeah, it was just the monster, because Dragon Caesar, he calls Dragon Caesar, and then Dragon Caesar shows up. So they're going, what the heck's going on? And so basically it was all just a plot for Bandora to get Burai out of the room, because she cast a spell after Clotho's warning, by the way. She cast a spell to where the next time he leaves, it reveals the location, why she didn't do that.
Which that
at
goes
any
more
point
depth.
Before now is beyond me.
Yeah.
but
now you're getting to more of 41, but yeah, that was really the.
Oh, is that not it yet?
No, that was it. You went into 41
I went before.
Then.
Okay, so we're already done with the episode.
Yeah.
What'd you think? Thought it was a clip show? All right. How about you take...
Let's go.
Yeah.
I say go 41. Just go. Just keep going.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, I'll do 42 here.
Oh, okay. So I've already probably described half of 41. But so Burai has another dream, and it involves this kid. While the rickshaw is taking Burai to the afterlife, and Burai's like, what the hell's going on? So whenever Burai comes into the real world, Bandora goes into the room, destroys the room, and then they both come out, and then Burai wants to find this kid, and so Burai is basically trying to see if he can save the kid, and if he can't save the kid, give him a good final day. And so he takes him on to Dragon Caesar and all this kind of stuff. But then Bandora... the Zyuranger find out what they need to do. They need to go to the Sacred Pond to get this elixir, and then it can heal Burai, or it can bring him back to life, reverse the spell, whatever.
Right.
And so they they all go to this thing. They lose their dino bucklers, but only Goshi and Dan go in. The
Yeah.
rest are still in the regular dimension, and so that was weird. The monster who's transforming to Goryūjin, Daijujin, whatever, is continuing to rampage throughout the city. And so Burai fights it with Dragon Caesar, and then the Zyurangers are just kind of helpless
Right.
because Goshi and Dan are gone, which we'll get to that in the next episode because they always talk about how they can't form Daijujin without the team, but then
Yeah.
Daijujin forms itself.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess if you pray hard enough, everybody, you can make anything happen. But and that's the moral of Zyuranger, I think. But uh, so the civilians are throwing rocks
Yes.
at the Zyurangers because they think that they're attacking the city, even though clearly they're not because they're down there. But anyway, but yeah, the civilians are throwing rocks at them, and then Kota the kid, which oddly enough isn't that the name of the White Ranger next season? Am I mistaken?
Hang on. Give me
I'm
a
looking
second.
it up. Let's see.
Anyway, just keep going.
I've got
I'll
it.
look at.
It's Ko. So it's kind of close. But so he gets kind of crushed by a bunch of the rubble, and then Burai is like trying to save him. He can't lift the rocks, and so Dragon Caesar lifts it. And then that's pretty much it for that. The Burai kind of takes the kid and rushes him to the hospital, and then Goshi and Dan are still in the other dimension or whatever, trying to get the elixir, and that's pretty much it for 41. I thought this one was pretty good. I think both of these episodes were pretty solid in kind of wrapping up Burai's arc. I actually do like what they're doing with Burai here, kind of having him redeem himself at the end, which is something they really needed to do. Because whenever we first met Burai, he wanted to take over the world, and then all of a sudden, because Geki cried enough times, decided not to. And it seems like a very drastic change. And so I do like seeing Burai actually want to redeem himself before he dies by saving this kid. And I think this is one of the very rare occasions where the kid in the storyline actually makes sense, is actually pivotal to the plot, and actually works really well.
Yeah.
So Ian, why don't you wrap us up with 42 Burai dies?
Episode 42, Burai dies, with Kota dying from being hurt in the Gonzaku attack. Burai faces the giant and Dragon Caesar to avenge him, even with time finally running out before his passing. So Burai takes the kid to the hospital, and his mother is like trying to push him away, like, go home, I don't want to see you here, it's your fault for him in this situation. And the boy's like, no, it's not his fault. And he wanted to let Burai in. He's like, are you okay? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And Burai's like, here, take my I almost said dragon coin, but his medal. There we go.
Yeah.
And so he walks out, and he looks at the clock, and it was 12:43, and he's like, at 2:00, I will die. And he turns to Geki. And
they start crying and bawling.
Oh yeah, he's like, I had the Great Reaper come to me, and Kota was also there.
The Great Reaper came and told me I was gonna die, and there was the kid. That's what Burai sounded like.
I want to live. I want to live. Yeah. And he hugs him and all that, and then Geki's like, we're gonna give you the elixir to save you and the kid. And Bryce's like, okay, I can do that. And then the clock strikes 1, and they're like, we only have 1 hour left, and they're like, Dan and Ghosh, come on, please do it. And so Dan and Ghosh make their way, and they try to get the pot, and however it comes to life, and they have to battle off of all that. And then, the clock's still ticking. It reaches 1:45, and doctors continuing to work on trying to save the kid, and then I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, Burai starts fighting the monster.
Yeah, Bryce goes into.
And then the rest of the Rangers fight Gryffindor and some putties on the ground.
Right. So Burai, he doesn't care about his own life. He cares about the kid, and so then he cries, and of course the metal.
Then he cries.
And then he cries.
Yeah.
He's like not like tear cry, like scream cry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he cries out.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and so his metal glows in Kyoto's hands, and he transforms into DragonRanger, and he calls out for Daijujin. And with that, it gives the other Rangers their Dino Bucklers back, and then they quickly transform.
Because plot convenience.
Correct.
There's literally no other reason for this to happen besides just, I don't know, Burai really wanted it. It's weird.
So they form Ultimate Daijujin, and then they...
Without Dan and Goshi, by the way.
Correct.
So...
And so they... destroy the monster seconds before the clock strikes 2, and then as it hits, after it's destroyed, Bright screams and then jumps out of the cockpit, and is laying on the ground, and then
well, first of all, Dan and Ghosh get the elixir, and then Clotho's like, dude, just give it to the kid. It's too late for Burai.
Yeah, they're like, you can't do it to Burai because he's already expired and it was predetermined.
Yeah.
And they're like, here, I will give you Burai's last wish to come true, and he gives him the elixir. And so they're like, give it to the kid because Burai's, coin is not enough, and it will save the boy.
Yeah.
So then it goes to Geki Boy and May, and Burai's laying on the beach side, and Geki's like, stay with it, and Burai's, he's like, I'm happy, I'm happy to be, to fight along with them, and they're like, and Geki's like, no, the elixir, we'll save you, and Burai's like, I don't care, man,
He's like, forget about it.
Just give it to the kid.
Here's my will and testament, and then hands him the dragon shield and the dragon dagger.
Yeah, he gives him the dragon shield and Juzoken, and he tells him thanks and all that, and then he passes, and then Clotho shows up holding the candle out with his hand, and it goes out, and Burai's body fades away, disappears, and then it cuts to Ghosh and Dan giving the elixir to the kid, and he regains his life, and the kid asks, what happened to Burai, and he looks at the metal, and it vanishes, and then he starts crying, and then it cuts back to the spirit world, in the vision or whatever, where Burai's on the rickshaw. And he sees no one sitting on the bench, which the reason why is because the kid was supposed to be. Yeah, the kid was supposed to be on the bench, but now he's no longer there. And the sun sets, and Geki is looking at Juzoken, and he starts to play it, which I didn't know he could play it. It was just damn, he learned that fast.
Yeah, he's a natural. It comes. Yeah. It runs in the family.
Yeah. And that's really the end of the episode there.
So, what you kind of think about this whole kind of Burai death arc?
it's tough because, I feel like Bry's death was predetermined. Like, you could tell, like, with the episodes leading it up, like,
And
there's
the
probably,
title of the episode, yeah.
yeah.
Burai dies. Yeah.
Like, before, like, even
Yeah.
before, like,
Yeah.
that episode, like, if I was watching it, like, like, it was newly coming out
Yeah.
instead of, watching it all through, I feel like it was to the point, like, it would give you hope, and then let you down. Like,
Yeah,
no, like,
true.
there's nothing, like,
I understand
it,
what you're saying now. Yeah.
like, it brings you up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there might be a chance. And it's just like, no, like, nothing is going to stop this. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't understand, like, why they kept trying and all that.
I mean,
Because
it's just to leave the audience hanging, It's just to
Yeah.
add tension. I liked that. I thought that was fine. I honestly I don't really have any issues with this arc, which is weird.
Yeah.
I thought everything was actually pretty well done. Uh, I guess at the end, I do have a problem with the end, where it's just everything's coming down, and then everything, and then Daijujin just shows up just because they need him to.
Right.
Which is just so weird. Like, it's just like, it's just so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
I-
such a write off.
I
By the
feel
way,
like-
hey, what's going on, Donnie Pearson? Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, Donnie. But I feel like what would have been a better ending for Burai would be him in Dragon Caesar by himself and destroying the monster, and then
That would have been cool. Like, if he took him on all on his own.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that would have been better. The ultimate sacrifice, instead of having everybody come up, just because, and
Right.
and then just, and he just goes down anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it was weird. But otherwise than that, I really enjoyed this arc, actually, somehow. The kid was really good. It made sense to the plot. It was relevant, so that was cool. I really liked what they did with that, and so I'm looking forward / worried to see what the aftermath is going to be. How long are we going to dwell on this? Because I know with Jetman it got kind of Jetman went absolutely bonkers crazy with it, and I think that's what made it a little more entertaining. But Jetman did go like a little overboard with the dwelling over Rie, I think.
Right.
To the point where it's just like, okay, what? This is episode 50, and we're still I kind of wish they would have wrapped that up a little earlier. And I think that would have made the actual ending of Jetman a lot better. Because then it wouldn't have felt so all of a sudden Ryu's just with KO right now. But anyway, I think, I think it's good that we're dealing with this now. So hopefully they can dwell on this, and then we can have the ending be the ending and not have to worry about, the death of Burai. So
Right.
I think that this for once, Zyuranger has the upper hand on Jetman. Whether or not they will use it, I have no idea. But yeah, I think that kind of wraps things up here today. So yeah, we've only got 2 more episodes of Retro Sentai left for Zyuranger, and then until we move on to Facebook, which of course, as I've been saying for the past few weeks, this show is going to be moving on to Facebook, and it will be renamed to the Retro Henshin Hangout on Facebook. So we have the link down in the description below to like our Facebook page. And then also, if you just search Power Rangers Cosmic Protectors in Facebook, our Facebook page should pop up. And then you'll be able to stay up to date with some of the new stuff going on to Facebook. I know DragonRanger is also going on to Facebook, and they will be... Actually, no, they will stay DragonRanger. We're gonna be Retro Henshin, and then Sentai Wrap Up, I believe, is also going to Feb. And then the regular Sentai Wrap Up is also going on to Facebook, and then it will be the Henshin Hangout. So yeah, we got a lot of changes going on here on the YouTube channel, but I think it's good changes. I'm excited to see how Facebook is gonna go. We've got a lot of great stuff coming onto the YouTube channel, guys. So be sure to subscribe with those post notifications on to be notified of everything coming onto the channel here in the future. Things are wrapping up here on Retro Ranger. We're excited to move on to DragonRanger here soon. It's going to be very exciting. So, yeah, guys. Once again, finally, thank you all so much for watching. And remember, here at the Illuminerdi, we're always watching. Take care, everybody.